I'm gonna gas player.
One Sam.
In today's video, I have a Kar98 class setup that is pretty standard, apart from one major change that helps it to counter one of, if not the only weakness the Kar98 has. I've got some gameplay showcasing where this attachment comes into its own, and to show you that it is definitely worth equipping over the standard setup. Before we get into the setup on the Kar98, just a quick one to make sure you are subscribed to the channel, as I do have some more videos coming out very shortly on the FFAR, the M4A1 and others. And in the FFAR video, we're going to break down what the best attachments are to be using right now for controller, as they can be slightly different depending on whether you're on PC or controller. As I play on just a standard PS5 controller, I want to share with you guys what the best recoil attachments are for that. So make sure you hit that subscribe button to make sure you don't miss out on that one. So since the DMR nerf, everyone has been looking for that next best thing, something that is aggressive in medium to long range combat and mobile enough for up close engagements. The Kar98 seems to fit that bill at the moment. Despite this gun being in the game for absolutely ages, I think that people have only now seen the real benefit to using it. It is light, has a quick aim down sight speed, and you get to pull off one-shot headshots at all ranges using this weapon. The only downside is the bullet drop and velocity. So if you do want to use this gun for longer range engagements, you're probably better selecting either the SPR or one of the other sniper rifles. While it is possible to be hitting those long range snipes with the Kar98, it becomes more challenging than using other snipers that do the job better. Where this rifle excels is in your close to medium range combat, where speed is king. And with that said about speed, let's get into the setup that ensures if you do have multiple enemies that you need to be dealing with, you're going to have a build that ensures you're accurate and the gun is quick enough to help deal with those fast paced gameplay scenarios. So let's get into the setup. So for the first attachment, surprise surprise, you just want to be going with the monolithic suppressor for an increase of damage range, sound suppression, and of course it gives you a little bit of extra bullet velocity if you didn't know that already. Next you just want to go with the longest barrel, and that's the Singard custom 27.6 inch barrel, and that's of course just to increase your bullet velocity as much as possible, as well as damage range. Next you want to be going with the tac laser, and that's to decrease your aim down sight speed and also to give you all important aiming stability. For the optic, you want to be going with, in my opinion, the sniper scope. I think that just works the best, and a lot of people, or a few people, still use the variable optic or the variable zoom scope, but I've found it's best to get used to just one zoom level so you can get used to the bullet drop of it. I find that the variable zoom scope just doesn't work as well, and you'll end up confusing yourself with how much lead you need to put on target. So that's why I think that you should be going really with the sniper scope, and it's plenty enough zoom for most long range encounters. With the sniper scope, I do like to put the pinpoint reticle on, and that just works best for me. Have a play around with them, but I'd definitely recommend you grinding for at least the cross thread, as this one has a triangle on it. It can hide the target sometimes and make them harder to hit, so that's why I recommend you grind for at least cross thread or get to pinpoint. But for me, pinpoint works the best on this weapon, so that's why I go with this one. And then the final attachment, the one that you want to be taking, is the perk, which is sleight of hand. Now the reason I take sleight of hand over anything else is because, as you'll see in the gameplay, there's a lot of times where you need to be reloading this Kar98, and it takes a long time due to you having to reload it bullet by bullet. And I've been bitten in the arse so many times where a squad's pushed me and I've had to reload the car, and then I've ended up being killed because it's not reloading quick enough. So I think this perk is worth its weight in gold. There's some people that will use the precision comb stock instead, and that's absolutely fine. It'll give you really crisp aiming stability, and there's pretty much no idle sway with that precision comb on it. However, I think it's a lot more beneficial to use sleight of hand because the side to side sway isn't actually that bad with the Kar98. So I think you should be going with sleight of hand, particularly if you're playing trios and quads. All in all, I think that's the best build you can be using with this weapon at the minute. Like I said, the precision comb stock is another option you can go with if you feel as though aiming stability is more important, but I definitely think if you use this weapon, and you have used it in the past, that you'll find the reload is quite slow sometimes, and that sleight of hand perk can make all the difference. But let me know down in the comments, is sleight of hand something that you'll find beneficial, and are you going to add it onto your build rather than using a stock? As I'm interested to know your thoughts. So onto the gameplay, and you'll see what I mean with the sleight of hand perk. as we push a team at airport, and without the sleight of hand I probably wouldn't have made it out there alive, and because of that particular attachment we end up winning the game. So give it a watch, see what your thoughts are, and I think it might convince you to switch out your stock for a perk, i.e. the sleight of hand. As always, if you enjoyed this video or found it helpful, please drop me a like or a dislike if you didn't. Make sure you do hit that subscribe button for future videos, as I've got more content coming out on the FFAR, the M4A1 and others, so make sure you do keep your eyes peeled for those, as you don't want to miss out on them. I hope you enjoy the gameplay and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Let's get it.
One up top. One in my building. I'm all up. Mate, I was reloading.
He's only got a pistol?
I was literally, I was reloading my gun. I tried to pull LMG out of my pocket.
Your teammates were sent to the gulag. They'll fight for a chance to redeploy.
You got hard on me? Show me.
Oh, mate.
Yeah, I do feel like you should be able to get DEFCONs the other way, I really do.
Definitely.
Yeah, but imagine dying and someone was literally laughing at you.
Laughing at you.
What the fuck?
Copy gas drop.
Yeah, I just need plates.
Enemy cluster
Got it
strike
back.
incoming. Take
Not
cover.
been busted.
On the roof of bank. See, going in the back of bank. I'm down on the floor. I'll come into you.
Sort now or capture the objective. Got roughed up in there. Bringing you home. To the west. Hard right.
Landed on it.
You just landed back on, yeah?
I'll load it up.
Yeah.
Oh,
Aww.
Oh, yeah.
Tommy, stop putting fucking proximity mines on the fucking loot guys like that. Yeah,
I jumped out the car and it's killed me. What a faggot.
Happens every fucking time.
Next objective located.
Sniper on that rock, Penny on blue. Down him. Dead.
Fuck you, man.
Contract complete. All supply boxes located.
Oh
They
shit,
recoming on that
they've all
train?
got out. Boys,
how far did they come out? Is that them there?
can
Yeah?
you help me?
I'm en route.
Oh shit, they're shooting at me. Come on, Bobby. Oh. I was behind the fucking rock.
Yeah, down here, boys.
Relocated.
These losers. Self-reverse.
Mate, I couldn't get through the frigging window.
There's a crawl to zone, boys.
On the hut, on the hut, on the hut.
Break armor again on that one. He's break.
I'm crawling to zone.
I'll be distracto.
Yeah, I'm not gonna make it,
Losing ground.
Down. I'm gonna push it just in case he's self-resing.
Just wait, the zone's literally just moving.
Yeah, he's dead. He's down again.
I'm on knocked again.
boys. Well done. Yeah, 3 times.
Target right here.
The boomer scope.
Swang it up for you. Is that the only one?
Sat in there.
Just down the King Bounty.
His mate's going for him.
Moving here.
Yeah, it's got a matey. Right, I'm popping Betty on this brick. Wow, I'm getting kill crossing.
No fun.
Someone's just running in the open and get shot at, mate. So.
Target right here.
Mate, I don't know how. This game is very strange. There we go, there it comes.
Mate. But I will land on that. Okay, yep.
Tonight.
Yeah, I've been bumped behind me. I got pushed behind.
Oh no, I'm ruined.
They're all wearing matching skins as well. Got two of them. Another one there. He's raising him. You're going in the back, Matt. They're in the, where the Jeep is.
Silly fucking question, Nick. You already know what I'm doing. Silly fucking question, baby.
I think they're going for the tower.
Oh, they
Oh,
go very well.
How's that missed it?
I don't know. They're both in the garage, bottom bit. One's down. They'll be resin again.
Just come out your back there, didn't he, Matt? Fucking Jesus.
Guys, you've one more.
Nicely.
I think it's team up, innit?
Yeah, it's elf. Yeah, it's elf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't
You're
worry,
gonna
you'll
get
make
that.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got.
Come on, boys.
I've just gone for the loadie, mate. I need
He's
to go.
loaded, didn't he? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you go, lady. Then we'll try and hanger it if we can.
Back at it.
Hey,
There's two of them there.
Yeah, I see him.
In the middle. Boys, they've got to move.
Less than 5 to go.
One of them's dead. One of them's down.
Just killed one.
One left.
Problem he's got.
It's alright.
You've got gas inbound. Take location.
There it is. GG's.
That's how you get it done.
Yeah, boy.
Yes.
That's it, fucking flying. Who's the PK? It's Camper. Camper. Oh, yeah, I got in the end,
Fucking camper.
Camper.
Fuck you.
Yeah,
Fuck you.
Yeah.
Lost.
Good chat, nonce.
You fucking cunt, mate.
Yeah,
Just a fucking service.